Welcome to a brand new season of Open Air Sonar. The views and opinions are those of the host and do not represent the views of Felony in Progress or Sun Delarge. This program also contains strong language and is not intended for listeners under the age of 18 and any other tight-ass motherfuckers who need to tell me how I should live my life. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Yeah.
Smoking all that shit. No place to go. Bottomless heart. So big that everything just gets lost in there. If it never comes out, that's okay by me.
They say that I am deluded, demented, deranged. Well, guess what I say?
So be it! I say rise up in the cafeteria and stab them with your plastic forks.
Welcome back, you motherfuckers, to another season of Open Air Sonar, where I will attempt to throw the tonnage of cardboard and grooved polyvinyl chloride at your fucking heads. You might notice a little bit of high attitude and aggravation, because this is a very, very special episode, people. We are going to do a little half and half for you. I'm going to do my best of what would be considered punk and what would be considered hardcore. Now, this debate has festered in music circles for decades, so I'm going to go ahead and try and register my fucking opinion on the matter, and then we can go from there, okay? Alrighty. This episode is also a tribute to the late, great Steve Albini. We will be spinning your records for years to come, my friend. And again, if you got something to fucking say, you can email me at cryovato@gmail.com. Again, that's cryovato@gmail.com. And a reply is guaranteed. And so, who knows? If maybe the fucking crazies stop emailing me, maybe I can read some of this stuff on the air. And last but never least, to my number one listener, Lexi, my beautiful niece in Upland, California. Love you, kid. Alrighty, brass tacks, people. So the first half of the show is going to be what I consider punk, and then the second half I'm going to play you some what I consider to be hardcore bands. So are you ready, kids? So the first band that I have for you is The Adolescents with Kids from the Black Hole from the 1981 Blue release. And this is Open Air Sonar.
No sound is heard from Unit 2, where there was once so much to do. It was once a green mansion, and now it's a wasteland. Our days of reckless fun are through. nights of pride, the nights of endless drinking, the nights of violence, the nights of noise, the nights that had to end for good, still not understood by the girls and boys.
That was The Adolescents with Kids from the Black Hole off of the 1981 Blue Album Press. So prior to forming The Adolescents, the early band members were part of various formative punk groups throughout Fullerton, California during their teenage years in the late 70s. Guitarist Rick Agnew and drummer Casey Royer had played in the Detours, and with Agnew's younger brother Frank in the early lineup of Social Distortion, while bassist Steve Soto was a founding member of Agent Orange. Soto met Brandenburg at an Agent Orange show in November of '79, and the two, both age 16, formed a bond. As Soto recalled, I struck up a conversation with Tony. He was out of fucking control, and we became fast friends. We could talk about music and the problems we were having in high school and about our weight problems. Brandenburg later recalled, we found that we had a lot in common weight-wise. We were polar opposites. Soto was overweight, while Brandenburg was tall and thin. But neither one of us could change it. All of our problems on high school scene were caused by our musical tastes and our weight. We were the objects of constant ridicule, but what was worse is we couldn't get girls. So, sorry guys. But they're doing great now. I love Agent Orange, man. I've seen them live. Social Distortion, also a great band. So yeah, they've had a lot of coming and goings from this band, but still a great track. I love The Adolescents. So let's go ahead and move on to our next fucking dumpster fire. I give you The Vandals with Urban Struggle from the '82 release, Peace Through Vandalism. And this is Open Air Sonar.
I want to be a cowboy. I'm going to be a cowboy. I'm born to be a cowboy. I want to be a cowboy. A cowboy! Uh-huh! wouldn't make it as a punker.
That was Urban Struggle from the Vandals off of their 1982 EP, Peace Through Vandalism. So several of the songs on this EP deal with events from the band members' own lives, but presented in a humorous and lighthearted manner, because that's how the Vandals kind of did it. You know, they kind of shied away from that political and social activism that all the other punk bands were doing, and instead they did something kind of fun, which I thought was kind of cool. But it depicts the constant fighting that would occur in the 80s Los Angeles Orange County music scene between the punk rock fans who congregated at a Costa Mesa, California club called the Cuckoo's Nest, and the country music fans who gathered at nearby Zuby's. So, good little fun fact there for the Vandals, and I guess we will go ahead and move on now. Let's see, what do I got here for this next incoming missile of a tune? Oh, okay, this one will work. So, this is the Welsh band punks, the Partisans, with their cut of Police Story from the 1981 single release. And this is Open Air Sonar.
Dixon, you'll go forever!
That was the Partisans with their 1981 single, Police Story. So influenced by the Sex Pistols, the Clash, and the Ramones, the band started off covering punk rock hits and soon started to compose their own material. They were the second band signed to Chris Berry's No Future record label, and their debut release, the double A-sided Police Story, Killing Machine. Now I gotta tell you guys, man, this fucking single is super hard to find. And when you do find it, it's really fucking expensive. I actually pulled it off of my best of Partisans that was repressed in the early 2000s. But, you know, it still sounded good, and there's no way in hell I'd be able to afford that actual single. But following the success of this single, the Partisans were included on the third volume of Bushell's Oi compilation series, Carry On Oi, which reached number 6 on the UK albums charts, and won the band gig slots with Blitz, Peter, and the Test Tube Babies, The Ejected, as well as No Future Night at London Zigzag Club, with Red Alert, Lombardos, and yes, you guessed it, Peter and the Test Tube Babies. So, anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and move on now. But I do like the Partisans a lot. I think they're really good. Anyway, this band that I have selected for you, that we're getting really close to the hardcore portion of our show. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a band that I would consider punk / hardcore. Okay, this is the Bad Brains with their cut of Big Takeover from the 1983 release, Rock for Light. And thank you, motherfuckers, for listening to Open Air Sonar. was Bad Brains with their cut of Big Takeover from the 1983 release, Rock for Light. So the band's origins date to 1976 when the members first came together as a jazz fusion band called Mind Power. In the mold of bands such as Return to Forever and Mahavishnu Orchestra, the group included lead guitarist Dr. No Gary Miller, bassist Daryl Jennifer, and brothers Paul Hudson, later known as HR on rhythm guitar, and Earl Hudson on drums. In 1977, the band's then singer Sid McCoy introduced them to punk rock. Mind Power decided to switch their sound to hardcore punk and change their name to Bad Brains after the Ramones song Bad Brain. Despite their burgeoning punk sound and after seeing Bob Marley in concert, the band also became interested in reggae music and the Rastafari movement. McCrae was briefly the singer of the new hardcore punk incarnation of the band, but he soon departed and HR switched from guitar to lead vocals. So I like the Bad Brains, man. I have, Band in DC, and I have, Rock for Light. These are great fucking albums. If really you're into the punk hardcore thing, this is the band to really dig your teeth into. So, all right, you crusty fucking punkers. We're going to go ahead and take a break, stretch out our legs, rub one out, and smoke them if you got them, people. And as always, thank you for listening to Open Air Sonar. Stay close.
To the Primal Plunge bookstore at 8 o'clock. Gigi?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now, tonight you're going to be doing, I guess, readings. Is that what?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make it clear. It's like Nick said and Jerry Kane Rossi are going to be, I don't know what they're going to do, but my stuff is not really poetry or fiction. The stuff that I've written is more like what I've been through, what I'm going through, and what I'm going to go through up until October 31st, 1990. So it's going to be like a reality reading more than like a fictional thing. It's going to be stuff that I'm just going to be, going into my own mind on the spot, reading a little bit, just kind of, getting into my own mind, whatever I feel like doing, basically. It's
Okay, why until 1990?
What's that?
Why until 1990?
That's the day I plan to commit suicide on stage.
Have you, set that up yet? Booked it anywhere?
I haven't booked it, but it will happen, and I want to say that the people at the Spy Lyric were completely, way to fuck off base in what they were writing, saying, that when G.G. Allen says he's going to do something, and he's going to do it. And the thing is I've never, ever said that I was going to do it before, and they got this thing where, Gigi's crying wolf again, and that's total bullshit. I mean, for the last 13 years, when people say, how are you probably going to die, I said, I will probably die on stage, but I never exactly set a date. Now I've set a date, and when I set a date, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I mean, everything that I do on stage is reality.
I believe you.
And, it's not phony, and it's not bullshit, and, people, the only reason why people are so down on me now is because talk is cheap, but I'm actually doing it. I'm out there, creating a war in the underground, and I want to start a war in the underground. I want people to leave my shows feeling like, they hate my guts, or somebody got hurt, or, it's like a battle line there on the edge of the stage. If they cross over, if I cross over, anything could happen. Because everything's just become too safe now. I mean, there really is, in my mind, there is no underground at all. So I'm trying to bring that reality of hatred and, people getting their noses broken, or, just complete fucking chaos.
And you're talking like the physical stuff, not just like saying it.
Really, the physical stuff. I mean, if you come, I haven't played in Boston in 8 years because nobody's got the balls to book me.
I was going to...
any of my shows, I mean, you'll see me leaving covered with blood or whatever, I've broken my own bones on stage. It's not, you know, the people that are in Boston that are saying this shit about me have obviously never seen me, or these girls like Lisa S., I don't even want to mention her name, who supposedly was my girlfriend I've met once, and she wrote this Rape Gigi record or something, which is, I mean, the girl doesn't know me. I mean, I tried to rape her in New York City, and she didn't want anything to do with it. So, I mean, that tells you how real that situation is. But the bottom line is, if I say I'm going to kill myself in 1990, I'm going to do it. If you believe in something strong enough, then you should be willing to die for it. And, you know, we're still out there traveling in a fucking truck, you know, still making $160 a show, $50 some nights. I mean, we're not getting, you know, like Big Black or Sonic Youth making all this money. I mean, we're riding in a truck with no brakes.
Get yourself out of house and home. Go home. There's nothing there because you eat yourself out of house and home. You grow up, you do it again. You feel nothing at all. Why? Makes you feel better. Anything in your life you own, it's alright. It makes you feel better. Get yourself up and down your arms. Both arms. It makes you feel better. In your arms. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. It makes you feel better. Fucking you, a total stranger. You pick him up and he's a total stranger. Why? It makes you feel better. It's none of my business. It makes him feel better. It's alright. It makes you feel better.
Alrighty, welcome back to our weird-ass, fucked-up open-air sonar, I guess I would call it half and half show, where I'm attempting to play pundit in the decade-old debate of punk and hardcore. And again, please have your own opinions in this matter. This is just my own opinion. In fact, you know, I encourage you to share your opinions with me in the emails, and, you know, this is just my own personal preferences. So I hope I'm able to, you know, kind of fill you in on the subtle differences of these two separate but same music genres. And I guess we'll get on to our next walking felony of a track. So this is Precious Thing from Big Black off their 1987 release, Songs About Fucking. And this is Open Air Sonar. That was Big Black with their cut of Precious Thing from the 1987 release, Songs About Fucking. So Steve Albini has said that Songs About Fucking is the Big Black album that he is most satisfied with. In a 1992 interview with Maximum Rock and Roll magazine, Albini said, "The best was side one of the songs about fucking. I was really pleased with the way we did it. We just hopped into the studio, banged out all the songs, and hopped out. Didn't take long, didn't cost much. Just real smooth. Side 2 we recorded at a more leisurely pace, and I think that hurt us, and that Cheap Trick song got on the tape and the CD by accident, and we just left it in." So, unfortunately, the band had already decided to split up before the album was recorded, prompting the guitarist Santiago Durango's decision to enroll in law school, and the band's desire to quit at what they felt was a creative peak. So, thank you, Steve Albini, for Big Black, and I even collect his other stuff. Shellac was one of his other really good, cool bands that I really liked of his. So, thank you, Steve. So, all right, people, let's keep strolling along, shall we? The next casualty I have for you is We Gotta Know from the Cro-Mags off their 1986 release, The Age of Quarrel. Stick around, folks. We're almost there. This is Open Air Sonar. That was the Cro-Mags with their cut of We Gotta Know from the 1986 release, The Age of Quarrel. So they were among one of the first bands to fuse hardcore punk with thrash metal, and they were also a prototypical band for Krishnacore, a subsect of hardcore bands that adopt Krishna consciousness, which I actually find pretty fucking cool. But how the Cro-Mags were formed is disputed by the band's founding members. In Tony Rettman's 2014 book, NYHC, New York Hardcore, 1980-1990, Guitarist Paris Mayhew states that the band formed after he had put up a number of posters around New York in search of band members, to which Flanagan responded. In the same book, other people involved in the New York hardcore scene suggested the band formed under the name Mode of Ignorance, with an original lineup consisting of Dave Hahn on drums, Mayhew and David Stein on guitar, John Joseph on lead vocals, and Flanagan on bass. And during its early existence, the band went through frequent lineup changes. However, Mayhew explains that this was because Harley would see some kid with a shaved head and think the kid is hard. Let's bring him into the band, and then I would end up tolerating some horrible, talentless person for however long it took Harley to realize that the guy had no talent. Joseph left the band that soon after to live in Puerto Rico and then Hawaii, and was replaced by Eric Casanova. So, anyway, I like the Cro-Mags. They're one of my favorites. So, all right, you fuckers, let's move on to our next one here, and I'm hoping that this next one does not get me put on some watch list somewhere, because this one's a little bit on the hardcore side. So this is Born to Die from the band MDC off of their 1982 release, Millions of Dead Cops. Sorry. And this is Open Air Sonar.
War, the king of K of Bash USA! The war, the king of K of Bash USA! You know, I'm born to die, I'm born to fry, my life in a cage, show my outrage, I'm misunderstood, I do what I could, I made my try, I'm born to die, going home, my mind is blood, I spill my rights, I down my gates, I'm shut down on a fence, I'm dead in self-defense, I live in a world of hate, with no regret, a Nazi state, a racist dream, a world of hate, with no regret, Nazi state, no war, the king of K of Bash USA! The war, the king of K of Bash USA! I'm born to die, I'm born to fry, my life in a cage, show my outrage, I'm misunderstood, I did what I could, I made my try, I'm born to die, going home, my mind is blood, I spill my rights, I down my gates, I'm shut down on a fence, I'm dead in self-defense, I live in a world of hate, with no regret, a Nazi state, a racist dream, a world of hate, with no regret, Nazi state, no war, the king of K of Bash USA, no war, the king of K of Bash USA! War, the king of K of Bash USA! The war, the king of K of Bash USA! I'm born to die, I'm born to fry, my life in a cage, show my outrage, I'm misunderstood, I do what I could, I made my try, I'm born to die, going home, my mind is blood, I spill my rights, I down my gates, I'm shut down on a fence, I'm dead in self-defense, I live in a world of hate, with no regret, a Nazi state, a racist dream, a world of hate, with no regret, a Nazi state, no war, the king of K of Bash USA, no war, the king of K of Bash USA, no war, the king of K of Bash USA, no war, the king of K of Bash USA, you're born to die!
Okay, that was MDC with their cut of Born to Die from the 1982 release, Millions of Dead Cops. Now, just because I played this song does not mean I am anti-law enforcement, and I would never encourage lawlessness, okay? I just wanted to get that fucking out there right now, okay? I do not support that. But anyway, among one of the first wave of bands to define the sound and style of American hardcore punk, MDC originally formed as the Stains, and they have periodically changed the meaning of MDC, the most frequent being Millions of Dead Cops. The band's lyrical content expresses radical left political views and has proven influential with the punk subcultures. So, formed in the late 70s as the Stains, they played their first gig under this name in August 1980, and MDC were one of the three pioneering hardcore punk bands in Austin, Texas in the early 80s, alongside the Dicks and Big Boys. These bands frequently played together and established the Austin hardcore scene, and they released one single as the Stains in 1981, featuring a slower version of the future MDC song John Wayne Was a Nazi, backed by Born to Die. And both songs were released on the debut MDC albums. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little tune. I know I did. On to one of the last songs of the show, folks. I give you a Scrape from our friends Unsane off of the 1995 release, Scattered, Smothered, and Covered. And thank you again for listening to Open Air Sonar. That was Unsane with their cut of Scrape from the 1995 release, Scattered, Smothered, and Covered. So, not too sure how many remember this music video back when it came out on MTV, but it featured a bunch of skateboarders just eating fucking shit, man. And the tune goes really well with the video. And the band only actually spent about 200 bones on that shit. So, in 1988 actually, Chris Spencer and bass guitarist Pete Shore and drummer Charlie Oderens were students at Sarah Lawrence College when they formed Lawn Chair Blisters. Before changing the name to Unsane, the band signed to Circuit Records and recorded tracks with Wharton Tears for what was supposed to be their first album, Improvised Munitions, but the label did not release it. Unsane became part of the scene of loud, noisy, like-minded rock groups in New York's East Village in the early 1990s. And they often played gigs with bands like Pussy Galore, Cop Shoot Cop, Surgery and Helmet, and the Reverb Motherfuckers. Members of Unsane also played in other bands such as Boss Hogg and the Action Swingers. So, anyway, seems we are almost there. So, all right, you motherfuckers. So what did we accomplish today? I'm not really sure that we accomplished shit. But hey, I was able to give you something to chew on, and I got to pull a really lot of badass records for this. I got to tell you guys, I had a lot of fun making this episode. So, but I guess we will be heading into spring soon, and I have some great shows lined up for you, some great ideas that I'm looking forward to bringing to you. And I know the world seems, a bit fucked up right now at the moment, but keep your heads up, and just like all storms, this shit will pass. I want to thank you all for coming along on this journey with me today. I had a lot of fun. And, all right, guys, it's with great sadness that I must inform you that I no longer smoking cannabis because of advanced age. The doctor said to be much more healthy if I went edible, which I am now doing. So no more smoking. I know it kind of something inside of me is dying. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this tune that reminds us not to live with regret and to live every day like it's your last. Alrighty? This is Tony Sandoval with Open Air Sonar. Bye-bye.
Did he tell you anything else?
No. Well, yeah. He said to say goodbye.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. You can't, I'm not a queer. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, with each and every highway exit. Much more than this, I did it my way.
Regrets, I've had a few, but then again,
Yeah.